No more dilly-dallying, no more lollygagging. We are making a harvest apron for my friend today. I have been meaning to make this for her for months. First, it was a matter of thrifting the right fabric, and now it's just a matter of making it. I am going to see her today in a few hours. We're going to go for a mushroom hunt, and I'm hoping that I can give it to her today. So let's get right into it. Without further ado, no more time wasting. We are making aprons. So my plan is to use this apron that I already have that Karis got me a couple of years ago. It's a good size. I like the thickness of the fabric, and this one only has one pocket, but my plan for this apron for my friend, since she has lots of chickens and ducks and a huge garden, is to make 3 levels of pockets. So I'm thinking the top will be egg pockets, the middle will be like a smaller, thinner pocket for just random harvested things, and then the bottom will be like the biggest pocket for big things. I think that makes sense. I hope it does. So we're gonna have to make it a little bit longer than this and maybe a little wider as well. And then we just need 4 pieces. So the main fabric and the 3 pockets, and then the strap, which I think I'm gonna have to make out of 2 fabric pieces. I don't think my fabric is long enough. But that is pretty much it. So let me just make up some measurements based on this apron, and then we'll get right into making our egg apron. I don't know, maybe I should do it the way this is, because this one, it has 1 big pocket, and then on the pocket is 2 little pockets. Perhaps that's a better move. So I make it basically the same as this, just with an upper row of egg pockets. I think maybe that's a better plan. So let's measure this existing apron. Please don't mind all of my mess. We're in the process of getting ready to move and it's chaos. Okay, let's measure this bad boy. So from here we've got 12, let's call it 14 inches plus the top 2 inches. So 16 inches tall. And I'm not too worried about the exact measurements. 15 and a half. So let's make it 16 the other way as well. So it's just going to be a square. That is interesting. Maybe we'll add another couple of inches on the top for the egg pockets. Okay, so then the size of this pocket, 9.5 inches. And then these little pockets are 5-inch squares-ish. Plus seam allowance, fold over. And then the last measurement is the space for the egg pocket. So let's make the egg pockets. 4 inches should be plenty. This is the tricky part. The egg pocket is gonna have pleats in it, so I need to add some extra length so that it lines up. So let's see, if the width here is 16 inches, let's make the egg pockets 18 inches, and then it should be enough. Okay, 18 inches for the egg pockets, which I think will give us maybe 6 pockets. No, that's not a ton, but I feel like she can use the lower pocket for eggs as well. I've seen ones where it's just like 3 or 4 rows of egg pockets, and I just feel like it's not the cutest, and also like you can't gather anything else, right? Okay, and I almost forgot the last measurement is the length of the strap. So let's line this up. I do think these straps are more long than they need to be. All right, let's see. We've got 12. We've got 24. We've got 36. And that looks like maybe 42 times 2. That's 80 inches at least. So long. All right. Okay, so here is our fabric. I think that's upside down. I don't know. Is there a right way? Hard to say. Okay. Okay, so we'll scrap it together, but let's make the main body first. And I'm not gonna double layer this because it's a pretty thick fabric. I think it's pretty comparable to what this is. Not quite as thick, but I think it'll be okay. And yeah, I think we'll do just one fabric. Now we cut. Okay, finally. No more lollygagging. Okay, so I'm just thinking about like pattern placement so that I have to do the least sewing because this already has like pretty nice edges on it. I don't know, was this a curtain? Now I like want this as my curtain. All right, anywho. All right, my fabric is ready to cut and I'm ready mentally, physically ready to cut. I am excited. I love a project that has like all square and rectangular pieces because that means it's really zero waste. Like you're really not wasting anything. There's no like little bitty scraps that are gonna need to be like made into something else in order to keep their life. Yeah, I just like that. I like that and I also like a simple pattern that can be done easily by anybody like you, hopefully. So, grab a cool fabric and try this along with me. But anyway, I love this fabric. It is so beautiful. And so I decided that in my pattern placement, I'm going to place it all towards the bottom because I realized this is a really beautiful curtain. And now I kind of like want the curtain. So I'm like, if I can cut just like a good square, rectangle, whatever out of it and leave the top where the curtain rod would go through, I can always just like hem it and have just like one of those tiny little, we're moving again and I've been looking at a lot of like Pinterest home decor and I love like when there's just like a little curtain at the top of like a kitchen window or something. So yeah, but anyway, we're going to use the edges that are already on this bottom right corner of the fabric and we're going to cut out our like, what did I decide? Let's go 18 by 16. Should it just be a square? I don't know. All right, just for like fun and for, you know, the sake of the easiness of this project, as I mentioned, we're gonna make it a big square. So we'll do 18 inches by 18 inches. I think that should be plenty. And if it's too much, we can cut it down, but we will have to do a couple of hems. Okay, that is so much chatting. I really just need to do it. Let's do it. Let's make a 18 by 18 square. Let us do it. Let's just cook up these next few pieces real quick. So we're doing a big pocket, 18 by 10, 2 square pockets, which will be 6 inches, and one more egg pocket, which will just be the long 18 by like 5 inches. Okay, so I just wanted to whip that out. So I finished the straps, hopefully, off camera. So the next step, I'm just gonna sew these together to make one long strap, and then I'm gonna iron everything with the hems to see how it'll all fit and put it kind of together. I think it should be pretty quick now that we've got the ball rolling. Oh no, oh, this is bad. This is bad. See, this really would work out if my sewing machine cooperated. It might not though. We might be out of time. We're running out of time. Okay, so I completely rethreaded my bobbin and my machine, and I'm mostly fixed the problem. I think it looks mostly okay now. So, all right, moving on. We just gotta keep chugging if we're gonna finish this here. Let's see, the next piece is in my lap. No, this one's backwards. Crap. Right sides together, Christina. Right sides together. We know this. Okay. So we're folding once and then twice, like each, and then like this. Yes? I don't know really how to press without ironing. So. Okay, so then we press this one in the same way. And I probably should have serged these edges, but again, I don't have a serger and my machine is not acting that great, and I only have like an hour left to get this done before I have to go. Okay. I think that's good. And then this will go in half. I feel like ironing is such a relaxing activity for me. I don't know if I should encase this part or not. I guess not. I don't want to lose any more height on it. Okay, so that is the big pocket. We've got the big pocket, the straps. Let's see. This one is the long egg pocket. It needs a hem on the top and the bottom. I hope it's thick enough. I don't want the the eggs to fall out of the pocket, so maybe we'll just do one fold. What do you think? Are these tall enough for eggs? Guess we need an egg. Okay, we have an egg. We're being gentle. I think, like, for a grocery store egg, yes, but I feel like she's got so many different sizes and shapes of eggs. But I guess that's why there's three other pockets on it. Okay, I think it is tall enough to put this egg back in the fridge. Okay, so now we just finish each of the pieces separately, and then we put them all on the main piece. So I'm gonna start with the main piece, just a straight stitch around the two raw edges. The pockets, I'm gonna do, this one's actually fine. I'm just gonna do the top, because once it's sewed down onto the fabric, it'll have a good stitch. But so the top is the only open part, so we'll sew down the top of this pocket. This one already has a finished edge, and same thing with the other two pockets, just the top. All right, first piece done. Okay, time check. We have 1 hour to finish this and get ready to go. So I think we might be able to do it. So I've got all my pieces, and I'm just going to lay them out real quick before I sew them down, just to make sure that I know where everything's gonna go and how good it's gonna look. Oh, I'm glad I did this. I need to sew the square pockets onto the big pocket before I sew the big pocket onto the main fabric. So that's what I'll do next. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time, and nobody got time, and nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Okay, 2 pockets. Okay, now I can sew the big pocket onto the apron. Huzzah. I think because all the edges are finished, I might just do it right side to wrong side. Yeah, we're just gonna top stitch it onto here. Here we go. Okay, big pocket done. Okay, all that's left is the egg pocket and the strap. So the egg pocket, this is the hard part for me, because this is where we're gonna have to do some pleating as we go. So I think I'm gonna pin those pleats before I sew it down. I played around with the pleats and the pockets, and I would just use your own eggs as reference for this, or whatever else you're planning to put in the pockets. Just grab whatever you've got around and use your own example, because there's a lot of different sized eggs and other produce. Okay, I think I've got the pins and pleats where I want them. Hopefully these pockets are big enough for some eggs. Okay, one more pocket to sew on. We might actually finish this in time. Damn it, something got fucked up here. Oops. Did I do that? All right, guess we need a new needle here. We're in luck, I found a needle pack. I don't know which one is correct to use. They all say things on them, but it's very hard to read. Let's see what this one is. 44? I don't know how you're supposed to know, but I'm gonna go with this gold one because it looks medium sized. Pop in our new needle. Okay, we are so close to being done. I'm so hungry. I need lunch before I go. Okay, please don't break, needle. I need you. We have like 2 more straight lines to finish this project. Okay, all that's left is to do the lines. I lied, there's a few more straight lines. Is to do the lines between the pockets and then put the strap on, and we are done. All right, so I'm just doing a straight line down halfway between each pleat, starting almost at the top, not quite at the top. I don't think it needs to go all the way to the top. We test it on an egg before we go any further, I guess. Okay, truthfully, I don't feel like going to get an egg, so we're just gonna trust it. And this last step is to put the strap on. So we just need to line it up with the middle. And then we're just gonna encase the top of the apron in this strap. And as we enclose it, the strap and the apron will be done. So I'm just gonna pin this along and sew a nice straight line. And I think that's it. Okay, I think we did it. There's just this one spot where we could not make it over this hump. I'm gonna try coming up at it from the other way. Okay, this part is just not gonna be stitched, it looks like. Okay, last thing is this pocket is like kind of gapy, and I have the same experience on my apron. And I think I'm gonna fix it with like a loop and a button, but on this, I think I might just stitch the top of this shut just right in the middle, just to keep the line. So hopefully we can do this without getting a gunky line here, but we're just gonna do the very top, maybe like ½ an inch here, right in the middle. I think that's it. I just have to hand stitch the this hump here, and then we are done. So I'm gonna eat some lunch and I'll show you the results. All right, friends, that is it for today. We actually finished the project in time. I might actually have time to have a snack before I go and meet my friend, and hopefully we'll find some cool mushrooms. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you got to sew along, or at least get inspired for a little project, a little break from dilly-dallying and lollygagging. Thanks so much for being here. I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye. nobody got time.
Ain't nobody got time, and nobody got time, and nobody got time.
Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time.
Mr. Roboto. Ain't nobody got time.